I won't be delving into my techniques today because that would be a 7-hour video, but I'll make separate vids for every medium later. My art supplies are gouache, watercolors, pencil brush pens, acrylic markers, and oil pastels. I mix and match all of those mediums depending on the effect that I'm trying to achieve, and let's start with the most requested, gouache. I use Royal Talent's extra fine gouache. I love how pigmented they are. I love the consistency, they're really easy to work with, straight out of the tube. And I like the color choices. My favorite shades are greenish yellow, vermilion lilac, ultramarine light, and rose. If you want to try gouache, I'd recommend getting jelly gouache or gouache that is not too expensive to see if you like the medium or not. Whatever you get, gouache is a really versatile and fun medium to work with, so you should definitely try it if you wanted to. Watercolors. I tried a lot of different ones, but those that I use the most are Vallejo liquid watercolors. They're Spanish, and I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, so feel free to correct me in the comments. And I like kuretake gansai tambi watercolors. I got them long ago, and I definitely have some favorite shades. I've used them up quite a bit, but right now I'm more into gouache, so I don't use them that often. But the thing with watercolors, if you want to use them, you need a good paper, because no matter how good your watercolors are, how expensive and beautiful they are, they will not work if you use bad paper. So it's something that you should consider before getting into watercolors, that investing in paper comes first. Pentel brush pens. Those are my favorite brush pens ever. Although they can look thick, they can give you some really nice tiny lines, and they are refillable. This is a big yes for me, because I hate buying something that runs out of ink or paint, and something that I cannot use again. So I really love art supplies that are reusable, that you can fill up with whatever you want to, which is the case with pencil brush pens. After the original color runs out, you can wash them and refill with any liquid watercolor of your choice. I usually add some glitter, just some extra sparkle. Rembrandt Special Effects watercolors, yes, they are so great. And I have sparkly brush pens. And moving on to Pentel pens. I love Pentel art supplies. I love their pens. I love Pentel sign pens. They're really nice. I hate doing line art with liners that don't give you variety, that are just one-dimensional, kind of. They have like this unflexible tip, and I love my lines to be flowy and flexible, and basically when I do line art, I prefer something that can give me different lines. So I love those sign pens, but sometimes depending on the style and choices, I can use different liners. I'd say that I love pens with felt tips. I also love pens that are not just black, and I love those sign pens so much because they come in different colors and they're really nice to use with any medium. Acrylic markers. Yeah, posca markers are good, but you know what I hate about them? They are not refillable. One plus, though, is posca markers have a really nice color palette, so whatever colors you choose, they just go nicely together. I use them a lot to add details or accents, or just use them when I finish the drawing and want to add some finishing touches and highlights. They are nice to carry around. You have acrylic markers with you, and you can do anything if you want to with them, and you can paint on different kinds of surfaces and paper and wood, and basically acrylic markers are really fun to experiment with and mix with other mediums, so get yourself a few of those. Oil pastels. Mungo Korean oil pastels. I draw with them when I feel tired of all other mediums. They're buttery smooth and blend nicely. And if you're wondering how I do those little tiny details, I just scribble them through with sharp coloring pencils. Works just fine. Coloring pencils that I use Kohinoor ones. I don't use them too often. They just here if I need to use them to add some details and textures, just basically for mixed media. I don't use them by themselves, like I just like to mix them with everything else that I've got. And last but not least, paper. So far I've used and liked Canson paper. Student, Montval, others here, they're really great and not too pricey. And on the pricier side is Clairefontaine paper. I recently bought a block and I'm trying it now, and so far I like it, but I still feel paralyzed when I use expensive paper. But I'm hoping to fight this feeling and have nice experience with cool paper, so stay tuned. And yeah, I must say one thing, guys, traditional art is expensive as hell. If you're a traditional artist, paper is really important, so get nice paper. You will see the change when you change the paper. If you're a traditional artist, paper is really important, so get nice paper. You will see the difference in your art when you will start using nice, cooler paper. I must say that traditional art is expensive, but drawing with different kinds of paint and doodling with pens and all of that stuff is so satisfying that I just can't give it up. Digital art is cool and all, but I don't understand it. I cannot feel the medium and it's really confusing. There's just one pen for everything. I can't just comprehend, but I tried doing it, but still I'm struggling to find my tools. And this is why I still do trad, because I feel really uncomfortable when I cannot feel how I'm mixing the paint or how brush is touching the paper, the surface. It's just driving me nuts. It's just this monitor and this plastic pen, and you just scribble. I'm like, what is going on? But yeah, I'm just rambling right now. And I love traditional art. I love the process. It just scratches my brain in some places, like just right when I mix the paint, when I mix the mediums, when I scribble through oil pastels with sharp coloring pencil, and it leaves a nice crisp line. God, I'm talking about this, I want to draw. So, enough rambling. I guess that's all. I hope you found something that you want to try. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. I would love to answer. And thank you so much for watching the video. Bye-bye.